it's something you really want, you have to decide how you're going to make it happen, and you have to persist. The film industry is very male dominated, and I have to say I've had great mentors that were men, so I don't want to bag on all men in the film industry, but it's a typically male dominated industry.
There's that feeling that I'm sort of walking into the boys club in there, because I am, right? At the end of the day, it is a male dominated field.
Yeah, primarily males, but there's one other female in my group. Mostly work with males though.
Most of the time when females, I think, receive pushback in this line of work, at least in my experience, it's been from the public, from the community that we serve. And whether it's a positive or negative comment, like whether they mean to or not, it's just sort of, it comes out whether they realize it. And, you know, negative, positive, whatever it may be, take it with a grain of salt and say, yeah, I am here to serve you, to help you out today, and that's what you get.
You know, I've always had to prove that I could do things. I always had to prove that I could lift the equipment. I had to prove that I could carry the equipment. But I was working on a show. It was my first paid gig, and I was his best boy. See, even that's super sexist, right? And I worked for a month and did a bang-up job. I cleaned his whole entire truck and repaired a lot of his equipment, reorganized, and just did things to keep myself busy and to be helpful, and learned some things about what was on his truck and things. We got to the end of the shoot after working for a month, 18-hour days with this guy, and I said, hey, you know, I'm new, and I like to, you know from everybody that I work with, you know, what did I do good and where could I improve? And he said, you were the best boy I've ever had. And I said, awesome. So when can we work together again? And he looked at me and he said, oh, we'll never work together again. And I said, why? And he said, because you can't carry an HMI as far and as fast as I can. So I knew from that point on that I was going to have to kind of prove myself and figure out how to navigate in a man's world.
I'd be lying if I stood here and say that, you know, I can do everything with the same ease that some of those guys can do. Especially as a female, you gotta be confident. You gotta kind of own your stuff and rock your stuff, and, you know, don't give them a reason to question you, right?
I love to improve things, make them better. So I think that's what drove me towards mechanical engineering. I found that I got more support, extra support as a female, and that it made things not easier, but maybe compensated for maybe stereotypes of the past where women were discouraged from entering these fields. And so I guess I should thank the women that came before me, because they helped pave the way to make my experience as smooth as it was.
We have scout tours come all the time, Boy Scout tours, but I think for the first time in a long time, we had a group of young Girl Scouts, brownies, come the other night because they knew that Celeste and I were female firefighters here. We put them through a bunch of fire skills like climbing ladders and taking a hydrant, and they were like, this is so cool, this is way better than like selling cookies, which is not, there's nothing wrong with that. Cookies are awesome, but it just gives them a different, option.
Some people will be like, oh, it's feminism, and I'm totally a feminist, but until we can find a way to work together with men and get them to be feminists too, I think that we're going to have a really hard time.
I think a lot of times we always ask each other, we're like, where are the men who are up there willing to throw the boulders down through that glass ceiling? And for me, those men are in there, because from day one, they've treated me like an equal member, someone who's absolutely capable of doing anything they can do. They're supportive, they're knowledgeable, and whenever I get any sort of pushback, I'm not the one who has to defend myself. Those guys are the ones who step up and sort of have my back, so it's an awesome dynamic.
As a woman, I think that you have to be better, we have to be stronger, we have to be smarter, we have to, unfortunately, work 10 times harder sometimes in order to be seen. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you want to be in film, or you want to be a cop, or you want to be whatever. I mean, there's always going to be obstacles, and there's always going to be the people who tell you that you can't do something. You have to decide you want to do it more than they tell you that you can't. And yeah, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But I don't think anything that's worth doing is easy. I think you have to just persist. Nevertheless, she persisted.